Okay. So, first things first. Okay. So what we're gonna want to do right now is I gotta take all of this and just delete it all. Because this is set to player color accidentally. And I wanted it to be purple and I didn't realize because my player color is purple. One sec. And, you know, I don't want it to be different for different people playing. I want it to have a consistent look. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to delete all that and then move that guy there. Then we're just going to overlap this a little bit so we get a little something like that. And now all of that is set to the correct player color. I mean, to the correct color, not the player color. That was the whole point, actually. Then we're gonna move that stuff right there. So now we want it to align with that. So we're just gonna go here and delete all of the stuff that goes like before that. We can leave a little extra overlapping. And now we're gonna take all of this, copy it, move it to the bottom. I've already done a good bit of work on this level, so it's not gonna be like never touched before. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta work with what you have, as they say. Actually, I don't know if anyone really says that. Well, I mean, probably someone says that. Now we're going to zoom out, select all of this that we can. Okay. So that should look like that about. And then I'm just gonna throw down a start position here. Oh, clearly I don't know how to play my own level. Oh. So now, yep, there we go. Okay, that looks almost good enough. Yeah? Okay, thanks. Would you just turn it off for me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, there goes that. Okay, but that looks pretty good. One sec. Okay, I am back. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take this design and just like move it all over the place. This section also has this design. Oh wait, I realized. I forgot. There we go. Just select all that. And what we saw a second ago was that this wasn't working well. It was too far down. So I'm gonna just move it up to the top of that block. There we go. But I'm going to, just for like ease, I guess, going to do that. Darn. Okay, well, there we go. Now we're going to do the same thing pretty much exactly, where we're just going to select all of this and delete it all. Then we're going to take this, which we do want, and we're going to move it there. Actually there. Then we're just going to flip that around and move it right there. So now what I'm going to do is delete all that, and then I'm just going to flip that guy around, scoot him to the side a bit. And what this is pretty much doing is it's making it more immediately distinguishable between the colors, because our brains can identify the differences between colors faster than shape by an almost absurd amount. So that's just being helpful with that. And we're gonna take those two and just pop, pop. And we're pretty much just gonna do this with this whole spot. I like this part because it can bleed in a little bit, and this thing is this like specific block is very nice because of how big these sections tend to be of like pink spikes. The sections are very big, so these blocks can be nice. These like small ones you're seeing me use to fill in the gaps, they can be very nice for like turning stuff around, like filling in those tiny holes, or well, I guess I just said it. Very nice for filling in the gaps. Here, let me grab that guy. Get that guy there, and then I can just put that there. I think I'm actually gonna, once I do all that, as you can see right there, it's just a bit off of the grid. That's the grid and that's the block. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all that and then just zoom in a lot and just boop. There we go. So that should look a little bit something like, oh, and notice how even though my icon's blue, what we've done is we've made those stay purple. Oh, come on. I really like this gimmick. I use it in most of my levels with the green orbs and the black orbs. In my opinion, it's probably like one of the best ship gimmicks, although if I can do it right, holy. That did not work, really. Maybe that'll work better. Make it a more consistent section. Oh yeah, that worked actually very well. That makes the gameplay feel a lot more fair. Okay, and now we're gonna get into the drop. Okay. Oh my gosh, that swing copter section is almost impossible. I mean, it's not actually swing, but it feels like swing, and holy, it's difficult. But that's fine. So now I'm going to go to layer 4 and just delete all that. Like normal. Boop, boop. There we go. We're going to even switch it around a little. That's fun. It looks very, like, dense almost. Okay. Now that'll work there well. Oh, that's funny. If you select it. No. I don't know why I was doing that a second ago. But it was like the same color as the player color I chose. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go like this, and honestly just delete all this. I also want to make another custom background. My hope is to get this rated, so I'm gonna want to make another one of those. Here, let me just. Okay, well that. I'm not actually sure which Z order those are on, so I'm just gonna do that and hope it works out well. I mean, I guess it did work out well, but, you know, not exactly the intention. It works, though. Now we're just gonna do a semi-tedious task, not nearly as tedious as the next part, but the semi-tedious task of selecting all of these and just clicking on them. Edit object, we're gonna there we go. And then we're gonna have to move it all back. That looks good enough. There we go. Found it mildly frustrating working with these. Maybe I should have grouped them on a different layer from the spikes, but at the same time, like, yeah, you know, it's not really worth it because it probably would have made it ultimately harder. I'm just going to see where did I end up stopping off my decoration. Oh wow, this is a lot more than I remember. Okay, I missed a little bit there. I guess I'll just look this way. Oh, what? Huh, I don't remember doing all that. But I mean, sure. I mean, I'll take it. It's better for me. The more the merrier. Then let's go like this. And we can just fill in all these slopes, and that will make it look nice and tidy and clean and whatever. Whatchamacallit, as they say in France. Actually, I probably don't say that in France, and just made a mockery of myself. Just kidding, I don't really care. So let's put those guys there. And then put that there. Let me check my voice and see if it's not being too awful. Last stream I did, my voice was just horrendous. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Might echo for just a second, but no, it should be fine. Oh, come on. Why do I do this to myself? I don't like making these levels. Like, I mean, I've enjoyed making this level, but man, when levels have like 3D decoration, it's such a time-consuming job. Like, you wouldn't guess. It looks like, oh, that's an easy decoration, but most of the modern decoration I make, actually just most of the decoration I make, because it's modern, only takes so long, or at least it doesn't feel as tedious, because it's like new every time, kinda. It can be, but it's kind of tedious. I'm not complaining, though. It makes this cool effect that I enjoy to use. That's why I'm using it. Not because I secretly hate it so much and want to die. Don't worry, I'm going to add spikes up here on this area. Oh, wait. Did I miss? Okay, well, that's something that... What if I just... there we go. And then I'm just going to move that down one to see if that needs to be moved down one or if I'm good. I keep thinking there's a structure that I'm missing, like somewhere here. No. Ugh, that's actually kind of frustrating me. I'm aiming for an easy or medium demon difficulty for this, but with good click sync, it might not even get there. The difficulty of your level can sometimes depend on how good the click sync is, which I don't like that much. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's not that bad. Okay, well, I gotta fix that. But that looks pretty good. It worked pretty well. Let's see if this is working. It is. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, if it works, it works. I like it. Let's go ahead and... We need a background. That's one thing we definitely need. And what I've done so far is I've done this like web pattern background, and I've also done this like cube background, and I've done these pillars. But I want another like type of background that's not as like, I don't even know. That's different. I need it to be different. That's what I'm looking for. My only idea is like, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I have a copy of Cycles. I'm going to go to this account one by colon called Vault. Wait, no, there's no space. Vault. Rob's Vault. And this has a copy of all of the levels straight from RobTop's files. So I'm just going to take a copy of Cycles and we'll just look through it for a second. And the idea is to get a little bit of inspiration. Okay, so the Cycles one are player colored. I don't know why I always thought they were just purple. I mean, it's because my player colors is purple, but... Okay, so what I'm seeing right now is, like, well, other than the structuring, he has a bunch of these blocks outside, and then these blocks inside. So he has, like, an inner layer of the, so what if I did something like that, but with, and then I can just, if I just edit this, wait, what if I did one of, I rarely ever do this style of building, which is like earlier 2 point, no, not 2 point, like earlier blocks and junk. I rarely ever use them. So what if I did a whole bunch of, no, I'm just kidding. What if I did some, oh, let's look through. Where's the fake one of these? Where is that block? Pretty sure that I remember it being in this tab. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Note to self, use that someday. Okay, well for now I can just set all of those to edit object, and then I can just take that, let's say, and give it a dimmer color, and then that'll be like that, and then it would look something like this. Yeah, that didn't really work out well. I don't know what I was exactly expecting, but it can work like that. What if I did, what's a block they use a lot in cycles? Well, I say they, it's really just Rob Top. Ooh, this block. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I didn't even consider that one yet. I'm just gonna see if I can find it myself. And the answer is no. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. Ooh, wait, I like that. And then they can all point in the same direction, kind of. Okay, but how does that loop well? Oh, wait, no. How does that loop well? Okay, wait, that actually kind of works. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna take all of these out, question mark, and then I can just do that, maybe is what I'm looking at right now. Is that my idea, or is that not a good idea? Wait, actually, I just realized that I hate this idea and have a much better one. So, what if we did something like this, kind of, where it's like a bunch of pipes kind of leading around, and all of those pipes have like multiple paths to take. We can stem one off from here. And then we can also branch those down. So it's something very basic like that. And then if we wanted to, we could go like here. Okay, wait, I'm liking this. And then what we're gonna do is, so the idea is it's like a whole bunch of wiry pipes in the way. Now we can load that up like that, and then just fill in the gaps with block, like filler block that I've been using a good bit in this level, but you know, why not? And then let's add a group next free. I'm just gonna warp that. Really, Cycles doesn't have like any groups in it? I mean, oh yeah, well actually that doesn't really surprise me at all. Never mind. So now we're gonna put down the move trigger. Oh wait, I'm also gonna put that as background. Now we're gonna put down a move trigger and then make it, what should we make the move time? Target group 1, we'll go with forever, and we'll just lock it to the player with an offset of 0.998 for this one, like very, very low. Okay, way too big, but I don't know how I didn't notice that it was going to be way too big. That was actually a horrendous idea, but I mean it worked, so. Okay, so now we're just going to take out those, and we're just going to scale that to warp that. No, wait, I can just, why did I do all that? If I just held Control Z, I could just move it over here. And then, why did I put it so far up? Oh my gosh, I really moved that. There we go. Oh my gosh, just kill me now. But yeah, you get the point. And then we're just gonna add a group. Oh, wait, it already has that group still. There we go. Then move, lock player, 0.98, just for now. And then we'll set the move time to, I don't really care, 100. Target group 1. Oh wait, I forgot about that. And then we'll put it here. Let's see how that looks. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. I think I'm going to use that. It's just going to be a little weird to get it to connect into itself, but it'll just take a little bit of finagle. Also, it's been forever since I've died here on Cycles. Oh wait, no, not there. It's been forever since I've died to this part. Just kill me now. Been forever since I've died to. You get the point. Oh, I wasn't even at the right part. Anyways, it's been for. I don't even care. Okay, well, actually, I think I might keep that. Oh, I left. Okay. But now we can just go back into the editor, and then now what we're gonna do, pretty much is to find where this web kind of strands leave off. Because, you know, believe it or not, that's important for finding when to start the next background. I know, absurd. It seems like it'll be soon. Okay, so they leave off about halfway through this ball part. Why do I find this cube to be the easiest section in the level? Even though it's very much not. Okay. I probably should have gotten an actual section where they leave off, but... Okay, well that's perfect. What if I just go to my background layer, which is currently 6, and then I just delete a fair chunk of that. Then I can just move that guy way back over there. Wait, that could have worked. That might have just worked perfectly. Oh, that's why that's not working perfectly. It's because it's stupid. No, it's because I didn't have the right trigger. Okay. So yeah, that'll definitely work. We're just going to go to group. Six, and then, nope, just 6, not 62. And then, plop goes the weasel. Okay, yes, that is so inconceivably easy. And what I also just realized is that I'm a numbskull. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just not very smart. Because I can just go like this. And where? How do I transition it into my pipe design? I see. There we go. I'm just gonna low-key just like... I just said just way too many, and then I said it again. Okay. Well, chill, rochacho. You know. Okay, well that should work. And I can just finish all of those off, which is actually gives a pretty satisfying ending to that. It's just like slowly fades into that pretty well. And then we can start off by, I guess we can just like, doop. Okay, and then we want to know our contact points, which is the points where, well, pretty much the idea is that like, if I, at the start of this panel, here, I'm going to make a smaller panel, that will make about that big. Wait, it's fun. If I, at the start of this panel, go like, create something like that, and then let's say, right, I want to make a chord going from here to here, and then I'm like the design I'm making pretty much. So I'm making my design that I'm making. What I want to do is I want to be able to take this design, copy and paste it, move it over to the side, and just put it there, which will make it a lot easier for me to do the design without having to like change stuff up and then like move stuff around. That's no fun for me. I mean, it's just harder. But if I can make it so that this contact point meets with the contact point here and only there, I can make it go like this, and then this other contact point meets with a contact point there and only there. I can take this, copy and paste it, and just go boop. And then there you go. I have an infinite repeating pattern of that. I can copy and paste that and just go boop. So that'll work infinitely. And that is what I want to do with this. So we're just going to move that up here and make a design to my liking or enjoyability. And my thought is that, so we can, first let's pick out our points. I think I'm going to go with here, here, not here, and here. And then we can plan out a vague trail that it'll follow. And I like the idea of it going like up a good bit. And then we can make this guy go up here. We can even connect, we even should connect the two of them. No, I don't like that. I don't like the idea of it being like a thick wire at parts because it looks a little clunky and unset up correctly. Ooh, and then I can even do a little bit of that. And then we can connect all of those. Okay, I'm actually really, this has grown on me. I really like this kill me then. Design. I really like this design. I think I'm gonna just and then we'll, so now it's not exactly doing the effect I kind of wanted, but it's like shooting arrows out. So that works well enough, honestly. Okay. Yeah, so I'm liking this a good bit. It like differs from our other designs, which have pretty much only been one block or the slope and the slope form of that block. But this design has like some personality to it, you know. I like the idea of wires, and it should be, like I showed earlier, a looping design. Just like that. So now we're just going to loop that for however long I need it to be looping so that I can like complete the rest of the level with a loop. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hope that that's good enough. I can just select all of that. Oh. Great, I accidentally pasted something and now I have to reselect all of it. Let's see, did that work? Yep, okay, it worked. And I guess I'm just gonna actually go with something like, okay, I know it's not exactly the right way to do this, but I don't care. So, I'm just gonna stack it on top of itself. And what that does for me is that just like makes it so that when I get to this area where I'm constantly moving like the camera perspective, because it's the cube. Ooh, I might actually have to make this a little longer than I had expected. It's all right though. If I go there, is that the right section? Yeah, close enough. We can cut some wires every once in a while. But now I'm gonna add this all to a group because that's, you know, how you do it. And then I can just select some of that. Pro tip, if you're trying to add something to the same group as something else, select some of that and it'll show you the group so you don't have to check what group it is. If you already know what group it is, then don't bother. But ooh, I like that. Oh, I really like that. That looks really nice. That might be my favorite design, actually. Yeah, okay. Oh, let me show you guys the ending. I haven't shown the ending yet. Okay, well, that was terrible. And don't worry, we're gonna be patching that in a bit. Dang. Okay. This is my first, possibly, actually, rate-worthy level, in my opinion. Actually, very rate-worthy, in my opinion, but I don't know how rate-worthy other people will see it as. Okay, well, I just saw a green orb above the map. Oh, come on. That's gonna be rough. If anyone dies there, just, like, give up. Honestly. Just stop trying. No, I'm just kidding. Don't, never give up. You know what they say. Low neighbor fade. Oh, wait. I forgot to pay attention to what I was supposed to be checking there. Which is if the background just stops. That's the ending, by the way. Okay, so yeah, the background doesn't stop exactly, but it pretty much does. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to copy and paste that. And since it's moving actively, actually I have an end trigger anyways, but fun fact, if you move a block, if you move a block past, you can move it like past where the end wall is. The end wall spawns at the start of the level, so since this background wall is following me, the end wall should go past the background. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now what I have to do is turn on don't fade, don't enter, because, you know, you need don't fade, don't enter. Well, you don't need it. I almost always use don't fade, don't enter for all of my stuff. Just as a little personal thing. I prefer to have don't fade, don't enter on because it means that, like, it won't fade or enter. I don't know. It gives it a more slick look. I don't know if slick's the right word exactly, but holy lines. Extra, don't fade, don't enter, no glow. I don't know why I took off no glow, but I did. So now what that's gonna do is when I get to the end screen, and also just while I'm playing, it's gonna look more like a background instead of actual blocks in a way. You kind of see that? Okay, and then this is the part where it really shines. It like looks like a background instead of blocks. Okay, I'm liking this. It's being good. So we're just gonna go ahead and look around, see what. Oh, there are two of them. Okay, so it's looking pretty good on the 3D-ness of the deco, except for this section, but that's fixable. I don't like how little structures I put here, and I'm going to fix that with a good old copy and paste-o. And then probably once, oh wait, did I just do that on the wrong layer? I did, huh? What if I just click all? Okay, yeah, that works better. Honestly, it's the last section, so I don't care enough, in a way. I don't care enough to, like, not just copy and paste some of these structures, because, like, you know, it's the last section, and there are only so many. There's no reason to, like, not copy and paste it if I already have the same structure. If I'm already gonna make the same like shape and structure, there's no reason not to, you know, take the other one to use as a like a time saver. It saves time. That's why it saves an absurd amount of. I don't even know, man. It saves an absurd amount of time, like nobody's business. Okay, and there we go. It's, you know, a little bit repetitive and redundant, and to that I say, yeah, you're right. Exactly. That's Ninecircles. Have you ever seen a Ninecircles level with an original design other than like one of the 700 Sonic Wave remakes or I completely lost my train of thought. Anyways, you got you got the gist. I'm also going to take this structure because it looks really cool. Honestly, that's the only reason. I don't know why. I just really like this structure for some reason. But I guess I did just say that I don't know why, so. Okay. Let's see how that works. This might just be an easy demon. Honestly, it's probably an easy to medium demon, but it's most likely just an easy demon. Oh! No, that's too evil. I can't do that. But what I can do is just get a flipping start position there and not waste everyone's time. No. Yeah, okay. I like it. Yeah, it's been working well. Yeah, okay. I mean, good for me. Now we're just going to do the oh-so-dreaded task of adding spikes to the recent tab. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not Eric Van Wilde, man. Okay, that should be good enough. What if I went for group 4 and then I just took this and I copy and pasted it? Copy and paste like it's nobody's business. That's kind of what I do in a lot of my levels. But, you know, I mean, if it works, it works. And you get what you get. Not that my levels are awesome, but I don't know. I enjoy making them. And some of them are actually, I'm very proud of. So, by no means I'm the best creator. But, you know, it's worth it. Because if I don't, who will? Millions of other people is the answer to that question. Millions of people create levels on a daily basis. So, a lot of other people will if I don't. But, you know, no need to be a Debbie Downer. Okay, great. And then the second that I'm like, hey, let me expand this a little bit. Maybe that'll be helpful. It just breaks. It breaks. You know what I get from this? Haha. Geometry dash. Okay. There we go. So I'm actually gonna just delete that and then raise that guy up because holy, it's not far enough back. Yeah, the original reason I started deleting these in front of the platforms, just by the way, if you care at all, is because I didn't like how these orbs inside of them, when they were on this bottom layer, they would like, I didn't enjoy how they would like be covered up kind of by the spikes. I don't really want to make a level, although, a memory level. I don't really want to make a level. Wise words from Simon. But I do like the idea of I don't even know. But I do like the idea of, I do like the idea of these spikes. They look, in my opinion, cool, and I think I pulled them off pretty well. But like, yeah, look at that. You can't really see the red orb that well. You can see it, it's just not that easy. I was like, hey, what if I just removed all the spikes in all the buildings instead of just like making one weird body patch of not red orbs. What are they? Bruh. What if I just removed all the grass under the buildings instead of making one weird spotty patch of no fire, mountain, hill, particle things. Some of these smaller ones I don't even try and do it with. I just like give up because, you know, oh well, what you gonna do? But, you know, I'm not that dedicated of a creator. Okay, well, that worked out well. And it's on the right level. Okay, I realized that I want this section to have, well, first, make sure not to make that player colored. I like the idea of having these all around because I do. I don't know why exactly. I think they just add to the atmosphere of the level, although kind of time consuming. There we go. And then we just add the spikes. Now time to just do that to the entire top. Oh, I should have. I'm very good at this game. I know. Thank you. Everyone's. Whoa. Did I land on that thing again? Anyways, every once in a while when I see a spot that would just make the gameplay better if I edited it a little bit, I'll just like edit it, even though I'm mostly focusing on decoration right now. That's probably the hardest click in the level, which is awesome because it's it's almost the last click in the level. Wait, that looks really cool. Oh my gosh, I really should have been doing this earlier. That's awesome. Oh, too small. There. We'll put that on editor layer 4 with the rest of them. Wow, I cannot talk today for some reason. Why is everything on editor layer 2 now? I say now as if it was like if I put it on some other editor layer. What if I go like, okay, so remove that, next free. How have I not been using group 2? Add a group, next free. I guess there aren't a lot of moving structures in this. Group 16, add a group 17, and then we got 18. So now that we've gotten that, what I'm thinking is that we hit the move trigger for, oh wait, no, 14. What group did I give this? 2. Oh, right, because I'm not using 2 for some reason. And then we'll give it some good time and ease in out, and then we just need to move the Y -10. So we can just copy this and then do 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, Group 2. There we go. I should have checked which group these were before. Turn no touch off for those. And then we can just actually move that back a good bit more. And we will place a start position there. Okay, well, I don't really like it at all, but that's fine because I can just select these, and then if I select all of these, I can click extra and hide. Let's hope that works. Oh yeah, that's awful. But luckily for me, I have an idea, because I am Glug. Oh my gosh. Just kill me now. Okay, so we're gonna make this actually invisible. And we're gonna give it a hitbox. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, there's 2 of them. There's 3 of them. Oh great, there's only 3 of them. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna place it there. And we're just gonna delete that and give up. Wait, is this possible? I don't know why I hit that orb. There's no way that... Ooh, that could be possible as small cube, although a lot harder, I admit. In my opinion. Okay, yeah, I think I like that more. Yeah, 9cycle. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Although I do enjoy the idea of having this be like that. So let's hope that works. Okay, well that's good enough. Oh, you know what else is good enough? Low taper fade. No, I'm just kidding. This will work probably pretty well, I assume. Less if I assume and more if I hope. And it does. What if I just, instead of having this like weird thing, what if I just put like a spike there? Bam, that's difficult, but I like it. Okay, I do like that. That's good. Okay, well, no, right. How can I be so naive? Sometimes I think, man, I'm kind of dumb. And I'd be right. Except I'm not just kind of dumb. I'm impossibly dumb. Just sometimes, though. Okay, there we go. What just happened? Okay. There we go. Okay. Now my hope is that it doesn't look too much like these are spikes, because they're not. But you know, if you can't really tell that these aren't actually gonna kill you, then hop off the game, home slice. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it looks pretty. Oh wow, that lined up quite conveniently for my use. And then we're just going to line the tops with this. Sorry this hasn't been a very interesting stream. It might be partially because I haven't been talking to anyone except for myself. But you know, you get there when you get there. And you gotta get there somehow. There we go. And then I can carve that section out. Let's see. Aha! Oh wait, never mind. See if I can do this. Yeah, no, that's not possible anymore. Okay. We're gonna delete all the start positions, go to all the layers. So we might as well just now what we're gonna go ahead and do is, what are we gonna do right now? Delete that for sure. Delete that. Delete all the start positions. Oh, we need to spawn proof this, or start a little bit. Spawn proof. This isn't Minecraft. So I don't want easy skips to be available. Like, for example, with a 217 FPS, 7,000 FPS frame perfect. You can skip this easy timing. Yeah, no, that's not happening. See that? Okay, anyways, I think I'm just gonna do a playthrough and see if it works out well. I'm really enjoying this, like, style. It's been forever since I've built with, like, base blocks. It's kind of interesting using blocks for their, like, actual meaning. Man, that part's difficult. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, yeah. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and do the 2 speed hack. Yep, nope. Let's go with 1.5. Okay, let's turn that off. That's pretty fun though. That's one of the ways I learn extreme demons. I get to them at 1 point speed, and when I'm okay at 1 point speed, I do it at 1.1 speed. Then 1 point speed feels so easy. It, like, it only works for earlier. Well, not only, but I only suggest it for early extreme demons. Well, you know, also levels you are bad at. I mean, like, doesn't have to be an extreme demon. But there gets to a point in difficulty where, like, you know. Yeah, I don't know how I'm even going to get through this, but I do know that I despise that click. I'm just gonna go ahead and take all of it, and just like move it out, because that makes me like actually want to kick a baby. Okay. Well, anyways, that was fun. And I think that's where we'll end off.